Hey guys, today I have a new version of the Hidden Horse Staircase. Now what makes this version better than the previous is that it's more resource friendly, now works in Bukkit, and of course is smaller. This new staircase is 240 blocks, a 40 block improvement from the previous design. If you would like to see a video for the old design, a link will be in the description for you to click. Now this creation wouldn't even exist without the help of Exojet, who I worked with to make this awesome piston layout. A link to his channel will be in the description below, so be sure to check him out. Stick around if you want to see how to build this creation. So first things first, let's make the staircase that all the redstone will interact with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and it needs to be at least 4 long, otherwise you'll bonk your head and stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this top block is our floor. And if you may notice, this is only 1 wide when a horse needs a 2 wide area to be able to fit. And that's because this design is actually a perfect mirror of itself. The right side is the exact same as the left side, just flip-flopped. So what I'm going to do to save time is I'm only going to do a tutorial on the right side, and I'll let you guys make the other side by yourself. It's an exact perfect mirror of itself, no modification is necessary, but just in case at the end of the video I'll show myself putting the two sides together and doing the final steps. So the piston layout for one side goes like this: go 2 blocks underneath that top floor block, and then have a sticky piston holding another piston facing upwards, and then we need a double extender underneath that, and that redstone block will power all the piston shenanigans left of this. So what we need to do now is make a 2x3 grid of sticky pistons, so 1, 2, and then the third one over there, and then finally one more sticky piston underneath there. When we're done, we need to have sticky pistons facing upwards on the 2 on this side, and then blocks on the entire top row. Now for the input, it's a bit of a special case. You don't really need to input into one specific block. In fact, you can input anywhere on this redstone line, and this redstone line will also be sending the signal to the other half of the creation as well. So that's pretty cool how that works. Now from this dust we need to send the signal to this piston, but first send it through 5 ticks of delay. And then to power the rest of the pistons and stuff, let me grab myself more materials, and then over here make what looks to be a dropper hopper monostable, but we need to strongly power that and not weakly power that. So that'll also keep the item in the hopper since it's powering that dropper directly. And that'll send a signal through that block into this comparator, and we'll leave that be for now. Grab myself a redstone block again, have a normal piston underneath there, a block of redstone up there, and then another piston on the top there. And this will just send a 1 tick signal to all of these pistons over here. So as soon as we update this normal piston, because it is being powered by that redstone block, then it'll quickly spit it out into this repeater, and then this repeater will quickly send a pulse to this top piston, and then it'll push it back down, and all of these pistons will get a 1 tick pulse and do their flip-floppity things. So come back over here. Now we're going to get to play with this comparator. Have a block there going into a torch, and that just goes into this really awkward turn thing with dust on all of them, and this will just power our double extender part now. So torch on these 3 sides, and then from this bottom one have that going to a 2 tick repeater into the back of that, and then dust here, and then here, and then have a repeater onto there. And this is the double extender part. So first this torch turns on, and then this repeater will activate that piston, allowing it to extend like that. And then this repeater also turns on the side, and when it retracts this front piston, it'll put it back to where it came from, and that'll grab the redstone block and put it into its last position. So there we go. That's how the double extender works. Now what are we going to do with this torch on the side over here? Well, what we need to do is send a signal through a repeater on 3 ticks of delay, going into dust, and this dust will power this piston there. And how this works is to actually update this piece of piston. Well, that's not just a piston, I guess. When we input, it'll power the dropper, which powers the piston, which will update this and then make it send its pulse. And then when we need to flip-flop again at the end of the opening circuit, it'll send a signal through this repeater, and then this piston will retract, and then this entire thing will flip-flop to flippity-flop again. And the torch on the top over here is going to power this piston when it moves to that block. So that's how this works, and we have one final thing to do. So grab myself a slab again, and then we need to power this piston over here. So to do that, I'm just gonna take dust from there and then a dust on top just like that, and we should be good. So there we go, it closes perfectly fine. And then let's try out the opening, and that works as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Now it's time for you guys to flip-flop the thing onto this side, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this video though. If you guys feel like you don't need to watch me putting them together, then I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye. But if you want to see me combine them, then stick around, because I'm just about to do that. So I'm just about done here. All I need to do is do the last steps over here, and then if you looky here, both sides of the creation are already connected to each other. We don't need to make any modifications. All we need to do is input into it, and then this dust will do the rest. So let's test it out. There we go, closes perfectly fine and opens like a charm. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, goodbye.